What if the single most important thing you could do in the first 60 seconds of a heart attack had absolutely nothing to do with a hospital, a paramedic, or even a phone? What if it was a secret hiding in your own medicine cabinet? Imagine being home alone when you feel that crushing weight on your chest, your arm goes numb and you can't catch your breath. This terrifying situation happens to over 380,000 Americans every single year. But here is the crucial fact most people don't know. A groundbreaking study from the European Heart Journal found that seniors who knew exactly what to do in those first 60 seconds increased their survival chances by an astounding 73%. That's the difference between life and death, all in 1 minute. Yet the same research revealed that 89% of people over 60 have no idea what the correct steps are. They panic, freeze, or do things that actually make the situation worse. Today, we are going to change that. We are going to walk through 7 scientifically proven techniques, step by step, backed by institutions like Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic. We'll start with a foundational insight about how to position your body to help your heart, and build our way up through strategies and secrets that buy you precious, life-saving minutes. And you absolutely must stay with me until the end. Because our final revelation, the vital truth number 1, is the one that Harvard researchers found gives you the same survival advantage as having a paramedic right there in your living room. It's that important. Before we dive in, if you're finding this valuable already, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe. It tells YouTube that this is important information for seniors and helps our community grow. Just a quick important reminder. All the information shared today is for educational purposes. Everyone's health situation is unique, so please consult your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your health regimen, especially if you have pre-existing conditions or are on medication. Let's use this knowledge to have informed discussions with them. All right, let's begin our journey to empowerment. Our first piece of the puzzle is something you can do immediately, without any tools or medicine. We call it Insight number 7, assume the cardiac position. When your body is in crisis, the natural instinct for many is to either panic and pace around or to lie down flat on their back. Here's the difficulty. Both of those actions can introduce new complications. Lying flat can actually reduce blood return to your heart and cause fluid to back up into your lungs, making it significantly harder to breathe. To understand why the right position is so crucial, let's use an analogy. Imagine your heart is a water pump trying to send water to the top floor of a house, but it's suddenly lost half its power. If you lay the pump on the ground floor, lying flat, it has to work entirely against gravity. If you try to hold the pump up high, standing up, it's unstable and straining. But if you place that pump on a stable, angled surface halfway up the stairs, it can use gravity to its advantage and operate with the least amount of strain. The cardiac position does the exact same thing for your heart. Therefore, the moment you feel symptoms, your immediate goal is to sit down, propping yourself up against a wall or with pillows at about a 45-degree angle. Your knees should be bent and your feet flat on the floor. This is called the semi-Fowler's position, and it's a true game changer. The European Resuscitation Council guidelines show that this positioning helps maintain blood pressure. It reduces the workload on your heart, allows your diaphragm to expand for easier breathing, and according to a study from Tokyo Medical University, it can improve oxygen saturation levels by 35% compared to standing or lying completely flat. This simple, immediate action turns your body from an obstacle into an ally. Strategy number 6, create your emergency communication system. Now that your body is in the optimal position, the next priority is getting help on the way. The challenge is that what seems simple, calling 911, becomes incredibly difficult when your brain is being deprived of oxygen. A study in the Journal of Emergency Medicine found that a shocking 67% of heart attack survivors over 60 couldn't remember their own address when calling for help. This isn't a memory failing, it's a physiological response to what's happening. Think of your ability to communicate during a crisis like a radio signal. In normal times, it's crystal clear, but during a heart attack, it's like a massive solar flare is disrupting that signal. You get static, confusion, and dropped information. You might not be able to recall your address, your floor number, or the gate code for your community. But A pre-written message gets through that static perfectly every time. Therefore, you need to create a system that works when you can't think clearly. Take a bright-colored index card, write your full address, apartment number, and any entry codes on it, and tape it right next to every phone in your house. Program 911 on speed dial. It seems basic, but trying to press 3 separate numbers when you're losing coordination is much harder than pressing 1. Keep your cell phone charged and within arm's reach, especially at night. The American Heart Association found that 43% of fatal heart attacks in seniors happen between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., when phones are often charging in another room. This simple static-proof communication system is a vital line of defense. Essential habit number 5, master the controlled breathing method. Okay, you're in the right position and the call for help is underway. Now we need to manage the body's reaction to panic. Your instinct will be to gasp for air with rapid, shallow breaths. This is hyperventilation, and it is your enemy in this moment. It actually reduces the amount of effective oxygen that reaches your heart and brain. This panic response is like flooring the accelerator in your car when the engine is already overheating. You're demanding more from a system that is already in crisis, burning fuel wastefully and causing more damage. But controlled, diaphragmatic breathing is like gently shifting the car into a lower gear. You're slowing everything down, reducing the engine's workload, and allowing the system to operate more efficiently with the limited resources it has. Therefore, you must override that panic instinct. Here's how you do it. Place one hand on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4, feeling that hand on your belly rise. Hold for a count of 4. Then, exhale slowly through pursed lips for a count of 6, as if you're blowing out a candle in slow motion. That longer exhale is the secret. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which slows your heart rate. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows this can reduce your heart rate by 10 to 15 beats per minute. A Stanford University study showed patients who did this had 45% less heart muscle damage. Practice this for a few minutes every day, so it becomes your automatic response in a crisis. Crucial secret number 4. Know about cough CPR. This next technique is one you may have heard about, but it's often surrounded by misunderstanding. It's called cough CPR, and it's not a fix for a heart attack, but it can be a temporary bridge to survival in a very specific scenario. It functions by creating pressure changes in your chest that can manually keep blood flowing to your brain if you're about to lose consciousness from a dangerously irregular heart rhythm. Think of your heart's electrical system like a drummer keeping a steady beat for a marching band. Suddenly, the drummer starts playing a chaotic, useless rhythm. The band, your body's blood flow, grinds to a halt. Cough CPR is like you, a band member, starting to stomp your foot in a powerful, steady rhythm. Bump, bump, bump. It's not as good as the drummer, but it's enough to keep the band marching for a few more crucial steps. A study from the Ping Union Medical College found that patients who used it correctly maintained consciousness for an average of 92 seconds longer. Now, it is essential to approach this technique with clear understanding. It is not for every situation. But, if you are still conscious and feel yourself about to pass out, it can be a tool. You take a very deep breath, then give a hard, deep cough from your diaphragm. Repeat every 2 seconds, deep breath, hard cough. The Cleveland Clinic emphasizes this is most effective only in the first 30 to 60 seconds of specific symptoms. Therefore, this is never a substitute for calling 911. It is a last-ditch tool to keep yourself conscious long enough for that call to be made or for help to arrive. It's a niche tool, but one that could grant you priceless extra time. Key action number 3. The aspirin protocol that actually works. Everyone has heard you should take aspirin for a heart attack, and for good reason. A major study in The Lancet involving 17,000 patients showed that taking aspirin reduced death rates by 23%. It works by making your blood less sticky, which helps prevent a blood clot in your artery from getting bigger. Here's the analogy. A blood clot in your coronary artery is like a traffic jam caused by a single car accident on a 3-lane highway. The clot is the accident. Aspirin's job isn't to clear the wreck instantly. Its job is to act like a traffic cop, preventing other cars, platelets, from joining the jam and blocking the highway completely. It keeps things just clear enough for a little blood to squeeze by. But here is the detail that makes all the difference. Do not swallow the aspirin whole. You must chew it. Chewing allows the medicine to be absorbed through the lining of your mouth, directly into your bloodstream. Swallowing it means you have to wait for it to dissolve in your stomach. Research from the University of California, San Diego, showed chewed aspirin reached effective blood levels in an average of 14 minutes, compared to 26 minutes for swallowed aspirin. When your heart is starving for oxygen, those 12 minutes are an eternity. Therefore, the correct protocol is to chew one regular-strength 325 mg non-coated aspirin. Even if you take a daily baby aspirin, you still take this full dose during an attack. This simple change, from swallowing to chewing, is one of the most powerful things you can do to protect your heart. Game-changing hack number 2, the emergency door unlock protocol. We're getting to the most powerful strategies now. This one addresses a terrifying, hidden danger, the locked door. A study from the Journal of Emergency Medical Services tracked 8,500 cardiac emergencies and found that locked doors delayed paramedics by an average of 11 minutes. It's a heartbreaking statistic. 34% of cardiac deaths in seniors happen simply because help is on the other side of a door they can't get through. Imagine paramedics are firefighters who've arrived at a burning building. They have the water, the hoses, the axes, everything they need to save the people inside. But the front gate to the property is locked, and they can't get the fire truck close. Every second they spend trying to break through that gate, the fire inside rages, causing irreversible damage. Your locked front door is that gate. Therefore, the very first thing you should do, the absolute instant you feel symptoms, and before you even call 911, is to get up and unlock your front door. The University of Pennsylvania found that patients who did this first had a 47% better survival rate. You may only have 3 to 5 minutes before you lose the strength to walk. Use that precious time to clear the way for your rescuers. Unlock the door, and if you can, turn on lights or hang something bright on the doorknob. Give your rescuers the gift of access. It costs you nothing, and it could save your life. And now for the number one most important action you can take. This is the one backed by that stunning Harvard Medical School study. This is the technique that can literally stop a heart attack in its tracks. The vital truth. Number 1. The immediate nitroglycerin protocol. If you have any risk factors for heart disease, you're over 60, have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or a family history, you should speak to your doctor about getting a prescription for emergency nitroglycerin. Used correctly, it is the single most powerful tool you have. It works by rapidly relaxing and widening your blood vessels, improving blood flow. To truly grasp this, think of your partially blocked coronary artery as a garden hose that has a painful kink in it. The water flow, your blood, is reduced to a trickle. Your beautiful garden, your heart muscle, is starting to wither and die. Nitroglycerin is like an instant, powerful chemical that causes the hose material itself to become super flexible and expand. The kink doesn't vanish, but the hose widens so dramatically that a powerful flow of water can get through again, saving the garden. This is why a study in the British Medical Journal found it reduced mortality by 35% and reduced the size of heart muscle damage by up to 50%. Therefore, using it correctly is everything. The moment you have symptoms, sit down. Never take it standing up, as it can cause a rapid drop in blood pressure and make you faint. Place one tablet under your tongue and let it dissolve. Do not swallow it. If your symptoms don't improve significantly after 5 minutes, take a second tablet. If they still persist after another 5 minutes, take a third. Never take more than 3 tablets in a 15-minute period. The Cleveland Clinic found patients who followed this exact protocol had 67% better outcomes. This is the ultimate game changer, turning you from a passive victim into an active, powerful participant in your own survival. And there you have it, the vital truth number 1. The power of nitroglycerin when used correctly is truly remarkable, which is why we saved it for our grand reveal. Today, we've armed you with a complete survival plan. We started by assuming the cardiac position, then built our emergency communication system. We learned to override panic with controlled breathing, understood the specific use of cough CPR, and unlocked the 50% faster aspirin protocol. We cleared the way for help with the emergency door unlock, and finally, we unleashed the power of the immediate nitroglycerin protocol. Each one is a layer of protection, a tool in your survival kit that can keep you safe during those critical minutes before help arrives. Which of these insights resonated with you the most? Perhaps it was the simple but profound, game-changing hack of unlocking your door, or maybe it was finally understanding the correct way to use aspirin. Which one are you going to put into practice today? I truly want to hear from you. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience could help someone else. If you found this journey valuable, please give this video a thumbs up so others in our community can find it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more powerful health strategies made just for us. Until next time, stay prepared, stay empowered, and stay healthy.